Hey everybody, I am Erica Carlson with Bricks Real Estate and your local Rockford neighbor, bringing you Wright County market updates. And I am going to jump into this right away today. Moving over here, and I'm going to go through this relatively quickly because the data just hasn't changed that much week over week. So let's get started. So your eyes should be on the bold, right? Comparing back to the last 2 weeks. So notice in terms of pretty much everything, we haven't had much of a change week over week. We have 10 less listings. A couple of people have kind of put their listings on hold. That's what the TNAS means. The pendings have dropped, which makes sense because the closings have jumped up to 127 over 106. And so this just shows you that what was in pending has closed and not a lot of houses have come on the market. So no great shift in inventory if we're out there shopping for a house. The map on the screen, all those green dots are just indicative of the houses you could potentially purchase of all price ranges. You can see there's a lot just north of Hanover in the St. Michael area, which makes sense. There's a lot of new construction going in over there. As we look at the data for this last week, we can see a slight change in showings per listing. Why is this significant? Well, if you are listing your house and you decided to put it on the market during the blizzard, that might have hurt your ability to sell it this past week. We really lost Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in terms of showings, and there is absolutely no doubt weather deeply affects real estate because if people don't want to go out on the streets, I know we got an offender bender this week because of the ice on Monday. This definitely impacts people running out and wanting to see houses in person. And so there's my little side tip of the week. If you know a storm is coming, hold off on your showings and wait to list the house until the storm passes. As you look at DOM or days on market, that just shows you it just hasn't changed that much. In Wright County, we're still sitting at 30-40 days as an average. And again, this is only between 250 to 500K. So if your house was above that price or below that price, you're not really fitting exactly in this data that I'm grabbing. This is a little different again from the Hennepin County or the Twin Cities metro area, which tends to move a little bit faster than our county. This week I do have slightly updated absorption rate. That's just a fancy way of saying, listen, if not one more house was put on the market, how long would it be until we ran out of properties to purchase? And in our market at the moment, it's 2.1 months. In 2 months, we would run out of inventory to purchase theoretically. This just shows us how fast things are moving, whether it's a buyer's or seller's market. So we're in a seller's market. We're not in a, red hot, crazy market because interest rates did go up a little bit, and that does impact people's willingness to go out there and go shopping. So this is an example of a market report I can send you. This will be that very local information, and if there's any reason you don't want to share your address with me, which is perfectly fine, I do have a couple of options for some of the larger cities. I think Buffalo, Delano, Rockford, and St. Michael. I have it set up per city. But ideally, you choose the address option because it's going to really narrow down some of this information. So it's just not like an entire city is still really broad data. So it would be more useful to you if it was like a half mile or a 1 mile from your house. That is determined based on what the property is. If you have 20 acres, I'm not going to just set it up on a 1 mile radius. So when you get this market report from me, you're going to see some of the data is a little bit complementary or similar to what I'm sharing with you weekly. Like you're seeing the market temperature here, for example, some of the average prices and things like that. Don't get too hung up on this average list price. This is everything that is collected in this one market report. So it doesn't tell you what your house would sell for. And I've seen some people like in the past seem like they like told me like, oh, I don't think my house is going to sell for that, or it'll sell for more. It's like, you're not reading this correctly. Just slow down. And it's 30-day trends. Like it's not your particular house. But then notice here, because I am giving you Wright County data, this one's particularly about Buffalo. It's saying 40 days. Okay, it's very similar to what I'm sharing about Wright County. It lines up. What I really love about this this tool that I'm able to share with you is down here, you can check and uncheck some of these choices. So if you were like, I just want to know what sells, I want to know, do they get above asking? Do they get what they ask for? You can just kind of let your eyes kind of fall through here. It doesn't have to be on any particular property. Or maybe like, your neighbor sold their house across the street and you've just been like wanting to really know like how fast it took or how much they got. Now you have that data right there at your fingertips. If maybe you are buying a house and you wanted to know what was available, or again, you're thinking about selling and you want to understand your competition, and I'm putting in quotes because it's kind of silly like to call it competition, but if someone's out there looking for a 3-bedroom house, what other 3-bedroom houses are also on the market, because they are your competition. That's what the buyers are going to be shopping for. So some really good data here to give you an idea of how the market is moving, how it could affect you if you're thinking about selling your house. Even if you're not, I think that it's really interesting to just get this report on occasion. It's something I can offer to you through resources that I pay for. I'm happy to do that. If you have made it to the end of this video with me, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm here for you if you need anything in regards to our local area. I'm happy to be a resource to you or people you know. So again, thank you and have a great week.